And here is the first thing that I ever shot on Highlander. Boy, I wondered what world I had come into. We were under this bridge, it's freezing cold, they're pumping smoke in. Between takes, everyone puts on what is essentially a sleeping bag with sleeves grafted onto it. I remember Ken Gord, the producer, pointing at it as I was wearing it and saying, we invented those. Okay, it must get really cold here.
Why? Because there can be only one.
There can be only one. Didn't know what that meant. Say it like you mean it. Oh yeah! And that's the end of my appearance on Highlander. It's all over.
No!
Or maybe not.
No, you would have made a mistake and then let it easier.
I remember it's either Donald Edda or Gillian Horvath telling me the story of calling David Bramowitz. They had this character Mythos. He was in this episode. He was then going to come back for finale of season 3 and be killed. And they got the dailies from this scene. And I think it was Gillian said she called David Abramowitz and said, I know you're writing the finale episode at the moment, but I think maybe you should look at the rushes before we kill this character off, because there's some nice stuff in this. It worked well.
Live, Highlander. Grow stronger. Fight another day.
Certainly looks like he means it, doesn't he? There's been much debate over the years as to whether Mythos is faking it or doing some kind of high-risk gamble in that offering MacLeod his head. But it certainly looks like he means it.
Where's Mythos?
It doesn't matter anymore, does it?
You were after him.
This was a really cool set. I think it was an office building. I don't think anyone actually lived in it, but it was a really cool space. It's daylight when they start beside the canal. This fight goes on and on through dusk into frank darkness.
Summon the tide, MacLeod.
One of the things about me not knowing the show, I had no conception of how big a star the Highlander was. So it was easy for me to be kind of dismissive of his abilities. Of saying, I just didn't know whether you could beat him. I could play that very easily as an actor because I didn't. Very little screen time in that episode, but in just that one show, they've created such possibility with this character. No one even knows whether he's real. Suddenly he's there, suddenly he's gone. It's some very sound writing. And that's where it all began.